distant future. It's April 9th. I don't know, are we in a ceasefire now, or did this short-lived ceasefire just last a few days? The Iran-U.S.-Israeli war went into a ceasefire, but then Israel was still bombing Lebanon. It's very confusing.
Yeah.
What's happening?
Like the neighbor's dog that just you can't control.
Too many moving parts. Who would have thought the Middle East would have been this complicated? Wow.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
And here's a wag the dog question. Is the 2-week ceasefire just another distraction?
Yeah.
You can't trust anything.
Yeah, it's a market manipulation too, so his buddies can invest here and pull out money there and make a bucket load of money. I think it was Scooter was saying that we should really be keeping our eyes on Cuba. It's like there's multiple layers of distraction. Epstein is the center, and then this war, and then this excursion, and that one.
Yeah, we're not doing much about Cuba at all, and they're going through hell.
Yeah, it's not being reported. It's not on my radar at all.
It's not on anybody's radar, but you just go read a few articles from the place, or I think I sent you guys a link to a YouTube video.
Yes, thank you.
That was from the Canadian Broadcasting System, and they go into it to a fair degree of intensity. It's bad. It basically it's been shut down economically, which has serious impact on things like medical care. Now, people are dying, basically what it comes down to.
Well, it's typical of the brutality of this administration just to, make these things happen this way. And this post that Donald Trump put out on Easter is horrendously sickening, I mean, I think you, Scooter, were saying this is all performative. It's nonsensical as a distraction to get us talking about it, but here we are talking about it. But when has any president ever said such a thing?
Yeah, it's unconscionable, is what it is.
Yeah, and the follow-up email, which are posting that he talks about the end of a civilization, which is like admitting to, genocide.
Yeah.
He's a genocidal terrorist.
Yeah.
Well, my point is that the Pakistani proposed ceasefire has been in the works for a while. It didn't come out of the blue. It's been going on almost since the commencement of the war. And we don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but by dint of the fact that Trump just sort of pulled back at the last moment because of the Pakistani ceasefire, that seems so totally performative to me. He just sort of yanked us back from the brink in this almost, what's the word I'm looking for? Climatic move. It's that. It was also Taco Tuesday.
Here's the line. A whole civilization will die tonight, never to be brought back again. I don't want that to happen, but it probably will.
Wow. That's beyond unhinged for a person to say that, let alone a person in this capacity. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, and then if we want to just further criticize the lack of reasoning, he's saying we're going to take everyone out, but now that we have better people in, we'll work with them instead. So it's not going to be the whole civilization, you blowhard. God.
And then the final line, God bless the great people of Iran. It's like...
When I first saw that 47 years of extortion, corruption, and death, I first thought, is he blaming Biden again? God, this is so damning and troubling.
Well, calls for impeachment. Well, this is then a couple days later, a big day for world peace. Iran wants it to happen, so this is the big ceasefire announcement.
Yep.
Oh, man.
Big money will be made.
Yeah. Yeah.
No kidding. Maybe he starts the wars, then ends them, and then he thinks that will get him the Peace Prize? I don't know. Is that how you do it? You end your own war?
Yeah.
So this could be the golden age of the Middle East, much like that which we are experiencing in the U.S. That sounds hopeful.
Loving the golden age.
All we know is fool's gold in our country. Jeez. Wow. But that's the plan, I'm sure. Big-ass real estate development, pro-Israel. Arabs as second-class citizens unless you're already a full-blown capitalist that doesn't care about encroachment of the West. Wow.
Yeah, well, calls for impeachment have been made by
Yeah.
a congressman in Connecticut, I believe.
Yeah.
And I think I have a news clip on that at the end, but maybe we have a video coming up right now.
Is the impeachment vote, is it 2/3 or is it a simple majority?
I think it has to be 2/3.
2/3, yeah, super
Yeah.
majority, yeah. That could be challenging then, unless the blue wave is so strong it's a tsunami.
Yeah, I mean, it's,
I'm not sure that that's true. If memory serves, such as it is, isn't it 2/3 to convict? And that happens in the Senate.
Right, yeah, you can. Yes, you're right. It is, yeah, you can impeach on simple majority, yep.
Yeah.
In the House,
okay.
yep.
well, that's interesting. So
But to convict and remove would be,
the 2/3.
yeah.
Interesting. Well, Marjorie Taylor Greene is going after Trump big time again, calling him insane after his Easter Iran threat.
Mm-hmm.
So many people are gathering in the anti-Trump camp. I don't know what to call it. They're just anti-Trump.
Yeah.
I would think that if you're being called insane by Marjorie Taylor Greene,
Yes.
you have some issues.
Takes one to know one, I guess.
All
maybe.
you need is a Lauren Boebert endorsement, and then we really know where we stand. Jeez.
I think I have one of her quotes here. Maybe I'm following this, but it's further deterioration of his MAGA base on some level. I don't know how much pull she has within MAGA, but there has to be a percentage.
Just to keep this all in context, Marjorie Taylor Greene is the person who followed some survivor, I don't remember if it was Sandy Hook, accusing him of being an actor.
Yeah, she did.
Oh my God.
I mean, she literally would follow him around and yell at him.
Yeah,
Wow.
she saw him on the street going to something in Washington, D.C., and she followed him and ran down the street. I can't remember the fellow's name, and said, it's all fake or whatever, kind of like Alex Jones, sort of a
Oh, very Alex Jones.
denial.
Yeah. So that's who we're talking about when we talk about Marjorie, Taylor Greene.
Well, here's her quote. Our president is not a Christian, and his words and actions should not be supported by Christians, she said. Christians in the administration should be pursuing peace, urging the president to make peace, not escalating war that is hurting people. This is not what we promised the American people when they overwhelmingly voted in 2024. I know I was there more than most. This is not making America great again. This is evil.
No, I like that last line. But she's got her history bonkers. Christianity has been involved in wars for eternity.
I was just reading before I got on about this incident that happened at the Pentagon where somebody, I think it was Hegseth, but I'm not sure, invited the papal nuncio to come to the Pentagon, and once he got there, he got dressed down, basically being told that America can do it at once, and the current pope being compared to the pope in Avignon.
In Avignon.
Thank you. When the pope had to flee from Rome because of the French.
Wow.
I don't know really the history about this, but apparently the pope had to flee due to some kind of military action against Rome, and specifically against him. So this happened in January after Pope Leo made a statement that God does not listen. I believe this is when it happened. God does not listen to people who pray for blood.
Yeah.
Apparently, Hegseth and company were of the opinion that not only does God listen, but that he endorses it, and told the papal nuncio as such. Things are getting interesting with that religious aspect.
Biblical history. Wow.
Here's the Joe Rogan interview thing. Let's see if we can get it.
What do you think is going to happen? You think we're going to be okay?
I hope so. Of course. I don't know.
Do you think about it?
I'm confused. I can't believe we went to this war. When we started bombing Iran, I was like, this can't be true.
And what about Lebanon now?
I know. Israel's invaded Lebanon. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking stop. Like, what do you need?
Well, they're trying to supposedly they're trying to stop the terrorists.
Yeah, that's crazy though. If you're the fucking terrorist, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to stop them, fucking stand in front of the fucking mirror and start there.
That's great. Who is the other person?
His name is Via Vaughn, I think. He's a comedian who also has a big podcast that Trump appeared on Rogan's podcast and this fellow's podcast. He's a stand-up comedian who's gone into podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
But I think those two podcast interviews that Trump did were a big factor in kicking the percentages over towards him with the young viewers, young guys.
Yeah.
And he did like an hour, 2 hours on each of their shows. You know, where Kamala sort of stayed away from podcasts that I remember.
That was not a smart move.
Yeah,
No.
It wasn't. This is the way things are. YouTube is as big as NBC or ABC. I mean, the Oscars next year will be on YouTube.
Yeah.
They won't be on a major network, which just shows you how things are shifting or have been.
Yeah, major networks are now becoming minor league, you know?
Yeah. Well, here's the next segment. We can go back to the Rogan commentary, but this is the segment on the separation of church and state. And there are two little video clips that kind of go back to back. And the first one, I believe, is Paula White speaking. Trump is there right behind her, and she's talking to him and comparing him to Jesus. And it's this weird idol worship that's happening within the administration. I find troubling.
Yeah. That's interesting. Cult think becomes next. Idol worship. Wow.
Well, here we go.
Like you have paid the price. It almost cost you your life. You were betrayed and arrested and falsely accused. It's a familiar pattern that our Lord and Savior showed us. But it didn't end there for him, and it didn't end there for you. God always had a plan. On the third day, he rose, he defeated evil, he conquered death, hell, and the grave. And because he rose, we all know that we can rise. And sir, because of his resurrection, you rose up. Because he was victorious, you were victorious. And I believe that the Lord said to tell you this. Because of his victory, you will be victorious in all you put your hand to.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the Lord was talking about the Antichrist, but okay.
Yeah.
Scaling rugged ridges while hunted by the enemy. When he was finally able to activate his emergency transponder, his first message was simple and it was powerful. He sent a message, God is good. In that moment of isolation and danger, his faith and fighting spirit shone through. You see, shot down on a Friday, Good Friday, hidden in a cave, a crevice, all of Saturday, and rescued on Sunday. Flown out of Iran as the sun was rising on Easter Sunday. A pilot reborn, all home and accounted for, a nation rejoicing.
There, I got a couple of comments.
Please.
The first comment is I just threw up a little bit in my mouth.
The Seven Mountains plan was to infiltrate government as one of their mountains.
Right.
And there they are. What was your other comment? I'm sorry.
Well, they're not really talking about Christianity per se. They're talking about a very small segment of Christianity, which we discussed some time ago.
Yeah.
But specifically, we're talking about, the Pentecostal / charismatic. That's what Paula White is.
Okay, good. Thank you.
You know, you look at those pictures of all of those preachers surrounding Trump at his desk, and it's interesting to note who isn't there. You'll notice that there's nobody in that group that's wearing clerical garb.
Right.
Nobody's got the white collar. Nobody's wearing a robe.
Yeah.
Nobody has, the marks of office on them. They all look like businessmen.
Right.
Yeah, there's a reason for that. So the fact that they're doing this, on the one hand, they're kind of exalting this one segment of believers, while at the same time going after Catholics,
Right.
is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
I mean, they're demonizing this other segment of Christians.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically almost like a cold religious war.
Yeah.
At some point, I would love for you to maybe further unpack the anti-Catholic sentiment. My religious scholarship is very low, and to understand that would be helpful. Why?
Well, it has a long history. I mean, the Ku Klux Klan was anti-Catholic.
Mm-hmm.
Does it go from like Martin Luther to?
Oh God, yes.
Goes way back to Calvin, I guess. Calvin and Luther. Was that the split? Luther and Calvin.
Well, Luther came first with the Wittenberg-Dorn, his 95 Theses.
Mm-hmm.
That's theses
Right.
with a TH, not an F.
Right.
Yeah. Basically broke with the Catholic Church at that point, and Calvin followed.
Mm-hmm.
But, where Luther tried to maintain the form of Catholicism, Lutheranism is a liturgical church.
Mm-hmm.
But Calvinists aren't. They basically, the whole thing, the bathwater, the baby, the tub itself got thrown out.
Wow. So is that the stream that today's evangelicals, Pentecostals, run?
Pentecostals is something completely different than Calvinist. May I suggest that we rewatch that first Brighton Darkman?
Yeah, I need to.
I talk about that a little bit.
Right.
Right. And
And
now we
probably
see
don't.
more clearly. Yeah. Good idea. Agreed.
But very briefly, in the United States right now, the denominations that are Calvinist, explicitly Calvinist, are Presbyterian, Reformed, and Reformed Baptist. They believe in the sovereignty of God, and they believe that only the elect will be saved.
Mhm.
The problem is you don't know whether you're elect or not. So you spend your mortal life worrying about whether you're elect, and then you die and go to hell.
Mhm.
Or heaven, depending on whether or not you're elect. But you don't get to make that choice. God does. It is a really
Mhm.
kind of a mindfuck of a religion.
It is. Yeah. Yeah.
Pentecostals, on the other hand, come from a very different tradition, largely Methodist, who are Arian. They believe in free will as opposed to God's sovereignty. But they also believe that by dint of free will, you can reject your own salvation. So if you become a Christian, you can walk away from it and not be a Christian anymore. And at that point, you lose your salvation. So that's a whole nother mind fuck.
Mhm.
So you have to keep, proving to yourself and to God that you're still within the faith. And it leads to a certain level of what's called religious melancholy, where you are unsure of where you stand, and it colors everything that you do. That's on both sides.
Mhm.
That would be a discussion in and of itself, religious melancholy.
Yeah. I mean, I think as we go back and revisit some of I have a lot of questions about the Brighton Darkenment series that we could fold back into a Q&A episode, perhaps, something like that.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, which I think would be good, but I appreciate
Maybe
you.
that should be the next one. I mean, we've done two. Maybe we should stop to a little, and maybe
Yeah.
we could have a midterm.
There we go. Yeah, let's do it. That sounds great. We'll fire out the questions ahead of time.
There you go.
If you'd like.
All right, why don't we plan on doing that? Next week, let's do sort of where we are at this point with the two episodes that have come about already, and then that can form a basis of where we go next. I see, at least 3 more episodes, so.
Yeah, sounds good. I appreciate it. I think I even have my son almost ready to watch. I was telling him about it. He goes, I should watch that. I go, yeah, you should. So we'll see how it goes. Well, the last couple of stories were just about the impeachment and the ceasefire, which didn't hold for very long. Apparently it only lasted a day. And that sort of brings us to an end of this short but powerful episode of A Bold and Distant Future. I want to thank you guys for being here again.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And look forward to next week's discussion. And we'll fire out some questions to you, Scooter. And
That sounds good.
we don't expect exact answers. Go ahead, Craig.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I love where we're at in a sense, because we are now, instead of just responding and reacting to Trump's distraction, we are now beginning to unravel all of the, or some of the foundations, some of the misconceptions, some of the underlying hypocrisy that really is being played out. And it's difficult to see it unless you step back and no longer pay attention to the distractions. So love where we're going.
Yeah.
I do
It's just
too.
it's not unbridled craziness. It is a historical craziness that they're building upon. And that's why it's so important that we need to know what this is. Because that unbridled craziness idea that if Trump is gone, this is gone, is a real fallacy. And so we really have to unpack. And
Thank you. I think you're absolutely right on that. I do not think that Trump is going insane.
No, this is all part of the
Their
craziness
plan.
of it.
Yeah, it's madness by design. Hey, thank you again, and
Yeah.
talk to you guys next week. Thank
All
you.
right, sounds good. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Excited.
Cheers.